Our first
young Scottish flyweight Keith Knox chalk up his second win. He's had 2 further wins since then. He's undefeated in 4. His opponent Neil Parry is already in the ring. Alan Hughes, our MC, will bring in young Keith Knox.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you now welcome into the ring, undefeated from Scotland, Keith Knox. Gentlemen, this is a flyweight contest at 8 stone 3 pounds over 6 3-minute rounds. Introducing in the red corner with the red and white trim shorts, 8 wins and 3 draws from 31 contests, 2 inside the distance. Will you welcome, please, from Middlesbrough, Neil Parry. Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent in the blue corner with the black shorts, with an undefeated 4 wins from 4 contests, 1 inside the distance, from Bonnyrig in Bonny, Scotland, Keith Knox. At the weigh-in today, Parry scaled 8 stone and Knox 8 stone 1. Your referee is Lou Mullen and your timekeeper, Jim Russell. Ladies and gentlemen, 6 3-minute rounds.
This is the 4th contest of the evening, and we've got the 5th professional fight here of Keith Knox in the blue shorts in the blue corner, and we've got Neil Parry, his opponent, in the red shorts in the red corner. Parry's had 31 professional fights, and as I said, this is Keith Knox' 5th. Referee for the contest is Mr. Len Mullen. This is 6 3-minute rounds. You know a little bit about Neil Parry, Paul. You've boxed this guy before.
Yeah, I boxed him 2 years ago. He'll provide a stiff enough test for Knox, but if Knox keeps his composure, I feel Knox could beat him.
Yeah, it's a pretty difficult fight from Keith Parry. Is very experienced. Knox is very strong and a very powerful looking little guy. He's still got a lot of amateur traits about his style. His arms are a bit wide apart, Paul. Do you work with this kid in the gym?
Sometimes we have some sparring now and again, but that's Keith's downfall. You know, he forgets about his defence. When he lands a good punch, the defence just seems to go out the window. And I think it's a thing he's got to, I think he has been working on it, and we'll soon find out tonight.
Yeah, his left hand is a bit wide apart. His hands are a bit wide apart. He's got he seems to have a little stocky little build. It seems to have power, but out of his 4 wins, none of them have come inside the distance, which would indicate that he's not really a power puncher. He bounces in a lot and he's a little bit predictable, but he's a strong little guy and he can fight at a good pace, sustained pace, obviously very fit. And I can't say too much negative things about him. He puts down as his favourite fighter Barry McGuigan and Ray Leonard, so there you go. Who's Ray Leonard anyway? Yeah, I mean, what should he be doing against Parry that he's not doing, Paul? You box this guy, so you should know.
Well, what he's doing right now is he's just following Parry around the ring. He's not cutting him off when he's moving left or right. He's just standing in front. As I said to you, his defence just seems to go out the window, and it's doing it just now.
You got nailed with a good left hook there when he comes falling forward. Yeah, he seems to throw himself at his opponent. He doesn't disguise his attacks whatsoever. He needs really to start to come down off his bouncy feet and just to slither forward and slide for. Good right hand from him, but it's a good solid punch landed on Parry. but he needs to disguise it a little bit more, be a little bit more cunning.
Yeah, he's very predictable when he's throwing punches.
Again, he gets up close, he works well. That suits him because of his powerful little style. He needs to get up close, and when he does get up close, you should just let those arms pump away. Again, as we say, he needs to work on his defense. His head movement is pretty good there, but he needs to keep it moving. He needs to keep that head bobbing and weaving and moving side to side all the time. It's very difficult to fight a shorter guy that's got good head movement. That's a reasonably good opening round for him. Just shaded it, but Parry made his efforts too. This is Keith Knox.
When he's stepping back off you to go back into the ropes, he's taking his good ring, right? In this room, you've got
Corners 10 seconds.
You've got to work now, right? Just as we've done in the gym, right?
Seconds out.
You've got to
Round 3.
This is round 3. 6-3-minute contest between Keith Knox, black shorts, Neil Parry in the red shorts. It's a good, lively little fight. Knox coming on strong here. But I was listening to Neil Parry's corner man there, and he was telling him, look, when you're going back to the ropes, you're taking a rest. He says, don't stop working. That's easier said than done, of course, but they're going to have to do something with young Keith. Going to have to do something with young Keith Knox in the gym, Paul. He's losing his composure completely when he attacks Parry. He's just going completely wild, and you know, expending a lot of energy and missing with a lot of punches.
Yeah, that's right. He can't land enough punches when he's attacking Parry. I think what Keith really has to do is settle down and pick his punches. Once Keith's landed one good punch, he'll maybe throw another 10 punches that don't land.
That's right. You see, out of a combination of 10 or 12 punches, he's only landing a couple, and he's really throwing everything into them too. And his head's way up in the air, and he's winding away with those punches. This is good stuff when he's landing the punches, but his chin is stuck way up in the air and is in an anomalous position against a guy that can bang. And obviously, as he goes through his career, he's going to have to step up his opposition. Got to be careful. Parry's still lively and still dangerous, and there's a long way to go in this fight.
Yeah, and Keith landed with a good few right hands like that one there.
He throws punches from an unusual angle. He just wails away when he gets up close, like a thrashing machine.
When he's in close there, he wants to push Parry back and get a bit of distance and pick his punches, because all he's doing really is just throwing them round the side. They're hitting elbows and arms.
Yeah, he needs to try and work on his accuracy a little bit more and settle down. There's nothing to help that like sparring in the gym. He needs to obviously settle down a bit more and try to work on his accuracy when he goes back into the gym here again. Things will get better as the fight goes on, but the chances are that he'll get nailed himself. His chin is still stuck up in the air, and he's wearing himself out here.
Took a good left hand there. I don't know if you've noticed through the fight in this round, Barry, I mean, that jab he threw there is the very first jab he's thrown in this round.
Oh, good right hand. He hurt Parry with a good snappy right hand there. But you're absolutely right, Paul. He's not jabbing. He's not using that essential punch that we talked about so often tonight. That's good work for him. He's still outworking Parry. He's well ahead at this stage. I've given him all 3 rounds just from sheer work rate.
Seconds out. Round 4.
But nonetheless, still ahead and still landed the quantity of blows.
I think the next 3 rounds will be a good telling factor for Keith Knox, because in those first 3 rounds he's put a lot of effort into them.
This will be good experience. This is the best opponent he's fought so far, and he's going to have to continue to keep the pressure on Neil Parry, keep his work rate up, and try not to get fatigued and drop those hands too often. Getting back, moving back well and spinning out to the right there. Again, beginning to use the jab now, as we said he wasn't doing. These are good for him. These sort of fights are good for him. This is a good opponent, and he's making him work every second of the round.
He just keeps working non-stop when he gets up close.
Yeah, he's obviously a very fit kid. He's in good condition. He's keeping the pace of the fight up. Again, the pace has dropped off in this round. The pace has dropped and they're not working so hard. But Parry again, when he gets close, he walks on to Knox, and Knox doing the better work up close.
Yeah, in that corner, Knox caught with 3 right hands consecutively.
Nice little pumping arm style. Just keeps banging away there with those punches, and it's impressive looking when he gets up close like that. Just flails away with those blows. Keeping the hands up high, that's good stuff from Knox. He's physically strong, Keith Knox, but he finds it hard to put that strength that he has on the end of his glove, the end of his punches. You find that with a lot of guys that are very muscular looking, they don't have tremendous power.
I think he's using it more when he's in close with Neil Parry. You know, he keeps lying on him, throwing punches, and Parry doesn't seem to be doing much.
Yeah, those little short arms are banging away when he gets up close. Good stuff again from him. And that was better boxing from him. When he moved back, he boxed very well. He allowed Parry to walk on to quick little combination punches, and that was a more impressive round from Keith Knox. Knox done some good work here. When he was pinned on the ropes, he came off well, Paul.
Yeah, the two of them are in there wailing away at each other. Knox comes off with one. There's one good right hand. 2. I think he hit him with 3 good right hands in the corner in that exchange.
Corners 10 seconds. Seconds out. 6th and last round.
It's the 6th and final round here of an exciting contest between Keith Knox in the black shorts and Neil Parry in the red shorts with the white stripes, and it's been give and take the whole way through this. We still have Keith Knox ahead. A little bit unorthodox his work, but he's been working this guy over non-stop. Keep throwing punches, flailing away like a real thrashing machine here, but his work is the more impressive of the two.
I think when the two of them are in close like that, Keith should try and take a step back and land one of these punches.
trying to put in a big finish here. But again, every time Parry comes at him, he hasn't got any real punching power. Knox just turns him, spins him around and throws punches away. Len Mullen giving him a ticking off there. He said, when I say break, take a step back. Oh, good right hand from Knox, and back came Parry with a right hand of his own.
Well, Parry certainly got a good chin anyway, that's for sure.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Did you knock him out yourself, Paul?
It was a 4th round stoppage.
Big wild swing from Keith Knox, and this is great stuff.
Landed another good right hook there, right in the chin.
Took one himself, Keith Knox, and Parry's been cunning here. He's keeping the chin tucked down, winding away himself with that left hook. Both of them are very tired here. I think Parry the more tired of the two. The last half minute of the 6th and final round here between these two young gallant flyweights, and they've given their all here.
I think Parry's cutting the right eye there. I've seen a bit of blood.
Blood coming from somewhere. I think it's more like a nose infliction. He looks down at us, and there's a little bit of a graze below Parry's right eye. There's a tremendous fight, tremendous win for Keith Knox, and I give Parry the share of the last round, but most of the good work done by Keith Knox, and tremendous win for him.
Ladies and gentlemen, a great contest, your appreciation for both boxers, Neil Parry and Keith Knox. And ladies and gentlemen, your referee Lou Mallon scores the contest 57.5 to Neil Parry, 60 to Keith Knox. Knox is the winner.
Tremendous result for Keith Knox. That's his 5th win, and a great result for him.
Ladies and gentlemen, your appreciation please for a very good loser, Neil Parry.
Well, with me joining Barry McGuigan at ringside, of course, the young man needs no announcement here, the great light flyweight champion of the world, Paul Weir. Paul, you enjoying the fight, seeing a lot of your colleagues in action tonight?
Yeah, it brings back a lot of good memories in here, so, well, not in this hall in particular, but, you know, seeing them all coming through 6-2s, 6-3s and 8-3s and working their way up, it brings back a lot of memories.
Well, a lot of memories for you, of course. You're a world champion. You've only had 9 fights now. So, I mean, but you had a lot of amateur fights, and of course, the experience these boys are getting really can't be bought, can it?
No, you can't buy it and you can't beat it. You know, each and every one of them should just stick in and keep trying, and who's to know where they can go?
And now, we're here talk sometime end of March. Looking forward to defending your title again.
Can't wait. I wish it was the end of this month.
Well, listen, I wish it was tonight because we love watching you. Probably someone like Pretty Boy Lucas, they tell me, maybe from the Philippines.
So they say, but whoever it is, you know, after the last performance, you know, I think there was a lot of questions answered, you know, to what I can actually do, and I think that's all been sorted out, and I think we're going to see even better the next time.
You looked sensational last time, Paul. I'm not just saying it because you're a good fighter and you might bash me, but you really looked world class last time, and of course, I think everyone in Scotland wish you the best of luck for the rest of your career. But for now, we're going to hear Paul Weir in action and doing what he does second best, which is talking about boxing. JT Kelly, the next opponent, is already in the ring.